Australia isn't just a country, it's practically another planet. From beaches where kangaroos casually hop by as the sun rises, to ancient rainforests older than the Amazon, to giant rock formations that look like they belong on Mars, Australia has some of the most surreal landscapes you will ever see. And today we're going to explore 10 places in Australia that don't even seem real. Trust me, if you thought Australia was all about Sydney Opera House and kangaroos, this video will blow your mind. Stay until the very end, because number 1 is so remote and so magical that only a handful of people get to see it each year, and you will want to be one of them. This is Pack Fast and Fly Fair, and we're about to discover the Australia you've never seen before. Here's the thing. Most travelers head to Australia, tick off Sydney, maybe the Great Barrier Reef, and then head home thinking they've done Australia. But they were missing out on the real magic, the kind of places that make you stop, put down your phone, and just stare because your brain can't believe they exist. Australia is huge. We're talking nearly the size of the US, and some of its most jaw-dropping places are hidden far from the usual tourist track. So if you're planning a trip and only sticking to the cities, you're missing the soul of this country. The solution? Go beyond the cities. Step into the outback. Hop on that small plane. Take the boat trip. Do the 5 a.m. wake-up. Because the payoff is massive. These are the 10 places in Australia that look so unreal they could be CGI, but they're 100% real. 10. Cradle Mountain, Tasmania, a real-life fantasy world. Let's start in Tasmania, Australia's wild southern island. Cradle Mountain is straight-up fantasy novel territory. Located inside Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park, this place gives you alpine lakes, misty forests, and jagged peaks that look like they were designed by a movie-set artist. The hikes here are world-class, whether you're redoing a short stroll around Dove Lake or the multi-day overland track. But the real secret stars of this place? The wombats. There's a spot called Ronnie Creek where wombats just hang out. You can watch them munch grass in total peace. It's like free wildlife therapy. 9. Cape Raoul, Tasmania, the edge of the world. Still in Tasmania, head to Cape Raoul for some of the tallest sea cliffs in the southern hemisphere. You can either hike 10 kilometers to reach the cliffs or hop on a boat tour like we did. And honestly, that boat ride is an adventure on its own. These cliffs rise like giant stone walls from the ocean, and when you see waves smash against them, you realize just how tiny you are compared to nature. It's raw, it's dramatic, and it's unforgettable. 8. Esperance and Twilight Beach, White Sand Heaven. Now let S fly across to Western Australia, home to some of the world's most ridiculously beautiful beaches. Esperance is where you'll find Twilight Beach, with blinding white sand so fine it squeaks under your feet. And here's the kicker. You might even see kangaroos hanging out on the beach. Nearby is Cape Le Grand National Park, with even more untouched beaches and turquoise waters that look photoshopped. If you want to feel like you're walking through a travel brochure, this is it. 7. Uluru, Northern Territory, the heart of the outback. If you think a single rock can't be mind-blowing, think again. Uluru, also called Ayers Rock, is one of the most spiritual and visually stunning places in Australia. This massive sandstone monolith rises from the desert like it was dropped there by a giant hand. It changes color throughout the day, fiery red at sunrise and sunset, almost purple at night. It's not just a tourist site. It's sacred to the Anangu people, the traditional custodians of the land. If you really want the goosebumps experience, watch the stars from here. With almost no light pollution, the sky turns into a glittering dome. 6. The Glasshouse Mountains, Queensland, the volcanic sculptures. Drive an hour north of Brisbane and you will reach the Glasshouse Mountains, a group of 13 volcanic plugs rising suddenly from the flat coastal plains. These peaks look alien. Some are tall and jagged, others are smooth and rounded, and all of them are steeped in Aboriginal legend. You can hike to scenic lookouts, or if you're feeling adventurous, tackle Mount Ngungun for a killer view over the whole range. It is one of those places that makes you feel like you've stepped back in time to a prehistoric world. 5. Whitehaven Beach, Whitsundays, the swirling sands. This one is regularly voted the most beautiful beach in the world, and honestly, it deserves the title. Located on Whitsunday Island, Whitehaven Beach is famous for its pure silica sand, 98% pure, which is why it's so blindingly white. Combine that with the turquoise water and you get this magical swirl effect at Hill Inlet Lookout, where the tides create patterns that change every time you visit. You can get here by boat, seaplane, or helicopter, and whichever way you choose, you'll feel like you just landed in paradise. 4. Cape Hillsborough, sunrise with kangaroos. This is one of the most Australian experiences you can have. Wake up around 5 a.m., head to Cape Hillsborough National Park, and watch as kangaroos and wallabies hop out onto the beach at sunrise. The light turns golden, the animals start grazing, and you stand there in silence thinking, am I in a tourism commercial right now? It's magical, but it's also fragile. Rangers make sure tourists don't get too close, so keep your distance and just enjoy the moment. 3. Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest living structure. No list of surreal Australian places is complete without the Great Barrier Reef. Stretching 2,300 kilometers along the Queensland coast, this is the largest living structure on Earth, visible from space. Snorkeling or diving here feels like entering another universe. Bright corals, sea turtles, clownfish, and yes, sometimes reef sharks cruising by. If you want to see it responsibly, choose a reef operator certified for eco-friendly tourism, so you can enjoy the reef while helping preserve it for future travelers. 2. Daintree Rainforest, the world's oldest jungle head just north of Cairns, and you'll step into one of the oldest rainforests on Earth, over 110 million years old. This is where the rainforest literally meets the reef, making it one of the most unique ecosystems on the planet. Take a boardwalk through the dense jungle, spot cassowaries, giant prehistoric-looking birds, and finish with a walk along Cape Tribulation Beach, where mountains drop straight into the ocean. It's lush, it's wild, and it feels like stepping into a time machine. 1. Lord Howe Island and Ball's Pyramid, the Lost World. Finally, we're ending with one of the most exclusive, mind-bendingly beautiful places in Australia, Lord Howe Island. Only 400 visitors are allowed at a time, so it feels like a private island. You can bike everywhere, hike up to panoramic lookouts, snorkel over the southernmost coral reef in the world, and just soak in the serenity. But the real showstopper is Ball's Pyramid, the tallest sea stack in the world, standing 572 meters straight out of the ocean. Getting there is an adventure in itself. An hour-long boat ride through open seas. When you circle around it, you'll feel like you've discovered a secret island from a pirate movie. This place doesn't just seem unreal, it feels mythical. And there you have it, 10 places in Australia that will make you question reality. These aren't just destinations. They were experiences that stay with you long after you've gone home. So which one is going on your bucket list first? Drop it in the comments, give this video a like if it inspired you, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more adventures like this. This is Pack Fast and Fly Far. Now go plan that dream trip, and maybe I'll see you on a beach with kangaroos at sunrise.